Yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Nehoray. I'm one of the students at Vital Transformation, and I've been asked to start a weekly session on lessons that we learn from parasha of each week. This week's parasha is Mikketz, and as we remembered, basically it starts from where Joseph has already interpreted the Pharaoh's dream, and he became next to the Pharaoh, the most important person in Egypt. And in this parasha, what happens is that it's 2 years into the famine throughout the land, and Jacob sends his sons to go to Egypt and to get food and grain. And as they come to Egypt, they go and see Joseph. None of them recognize Joseph. However, Joseph remembered and recognized all of his brothers. However, what we see immediately is that Joseph has no anger toward his brothers, and all he has is love toward his brothers. The first lesson we learn is that basically whenever you feel like somebody has done something to you, you got to remember that it's not them that doing anything to you. Whatever happens to us at any time, it's basically the best thing that can happen to us at that moment. For example, when Joseph's brothers, they threw him in a well and then they sell them into slavery. Now, if any other human being sees them 12 years later, you'll be mad at them. And that's a natural human instinct to do that. However, what Joseph did, all he had was love for his brothers. And the lesson we learn from that is that, again, whatever happens to us is the best thing that can happen to us. And the people that we feel they're doing something to us, basically they're messengers to let us know that, there's a difficulty here and you have to overcome that. And what we learn is through this process and also overcoming the challenges that come our way. And that will make us go to our next spiritual level. The second lesson is that basically what happened at the time that the brothers, Joseph's brothers, did this to them was the fact that Joseph was telling his father, Jacob, about his brothers' inadequacies and what they were doing wrong, and basically giving a bad report to his father, Jacob, about his brothers. So what we learn from that is, first of all, that every action that we take has a consequence. Second of all, whenever a human is created by the Creator puts everything complete in us. There's good, there's bad, there's light, there's darkness. However, the bad and the darkness in us, it's dormant until the time that we activate it. So whenever we connect to darkness, that will awaken the darkness within us. And that's what happened to Joseph. Jacob didn't want Joseph to see bad in his brothers. He wanted Joseph to see the perfection in them, because he knew that if he saw the bad in them, he connected to the darkness in them, the darkness will come up in Joseph. And that's what happened, and he ended up serving 12 years in prison for that. So basically what we learn is whenever we see somebody, always connect to the light in them, to the good traits in them, and we do not connect to the darkness in them, because once we do that, the darkness within us awakens and takes over. I hope I have shared with you something that you can use in your life. And remember, you can always go to vitaltransformation.org for other free lectures. See you next week.